Greetings, Algo artisans. Ethereum versus Solana. Is Solana the Ethereum killer we've all been hearing about? Today's show is actually called Ethereum versus Solana. We're going to talk about it right now. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on X, YouTube, all that stuff helps us get more content out to you. Okay, so we're going to actually start with an article today over on Cointelegraph. There it is. And this is regarding Solana, its price movement, and whether or not it has any kind of technical limitations that might cause it to maybe slow down a little bit. Maybe it'll come to capacity. Maybe it'll have a CryptoKitties moment. For those of you who don't remember CryptoKitties, because you might not have been in crypto that long, this was back in 2017. Now, CryptoKitties ruined my game because I was doing spread arbitrage over on Ether Delta, now known as Fork Delta, and I was the only person I knew who was doing that. And based on the activity on there, that was a pretty rare thing. So I actually had found PPT and was able to make a lot of money going back and forth over the spread, and CryptoKitties clogged up the system. Now, CryptoKitties was pretty much the first NFT. That's what a lot of people see it as, and it just caused a lot of activity on the Ethereum blockchain, and it went to capacity and fees went up. I mean, the whole thing got clogged. It got slowed down. So Solana hasn't seen that. Solana has a massive throughput. I don't know if it's this throughput yet, but I understand they're aiming at 30,000 transactions per second, and that might be after an upgrade or it might already be in place. But either way, it's definitely outstripping Ethereum. Ethereum does have scalability issues, which is why Solana is eating Ethereum's lunch. So let's think about what's gone on so far between the two of these. Ethereum, ERC20 coins, most altcoins were built on the Ethereum blockchain going back to 2017. And then Solana came along. And obviously we just talked about CryptoKitties, and there were some other issues with Ethereum, gas fees, those kinds of things, scalability. It's been an issue since the beginning. Solana came along. It's much quicker. There are entire meme coin operations happening on Solana, NFTs, you name it. It's all going on Solana, and a lot of money left Ethereum to go to Solana, supposedly. There's a lot of very smart people who are pretty convinced that is the case. So the question is Solana going to meet any technical limitations? Is their blockchain going to get clogged up? Well, we have seen a couple of times when the blockchain went down, but those were not necessarily issues with too much activity. That might have had to do with just some upgrades they were doing, or the FTX issue back in 2023, I believe that was. So let's go ahead and look at the article and see what they're saying. Solana's native token, SOL, gained 18% in the 7 days leading to February 13th. That price run up to 115 allowed Solana to surpass its rival BNB in market capitalization to claim the third spot when excluding stablecoins, right? So if you're looking at market cap in cryptocurrencies and you exclude stablecoins, Solana is number 3, at least it was as of the writing of this article. It says the driving force behind Sol's bullish run include airdrops and the network's ability to provide a more affordable and user-friendly solution compared to its competitors. Think Ethereum. However, are these factors sufficient enough to justify its rally towards 120 and beyond? The short answer I'm going to say is yes. All right, that's my opinion, and I mostly am just looking at the charts, and I'm also looking at the activity, and if Solana's already made it up as high as it's made it, I would say 120 is reasonable without there being any technical issues. That's the answer. All right, show's over. Just kidding. So let's move down and take a look at some of the evidence that they're discussing with regard to their opinion on the matter. And they haven't really said their opinion. They're just kind of analyzing the situation. It does say here that experienced crypto investors tend to argue that Ethereum network roll-up solutions provide enough scalability and reduce cost to keep investors in the network, but new entrants will likely find Solana's user experience much simpler. All right, so let's back up a little bit. Ethereum and its scalability is being worked on with what's called layer 2 solutions. So although Ethereum is going through its Dencun upgrade here pretty soon, which is, I believe, a layer 1 or 0, however they want to look at that. Layer 2 solution is like Matic. It's basically other solutions that work on top of Ethereum to make it happen more quickly. ZK rollups being what I think are sort of the preferred solution, but they're a little ways out yet, supposedly. So it makes things a little more complex when you're trying to run Ethereum more quickly, because you actually have to go through a separate layer anyway. It does say here that the same holds true for NFT launches and airdrops targeting 10,000 or more addresses, as history shows that even layer 2 solutions face increased transaction costs or delays during peak demand. It does also say, so again, this last bit here is that Solana is just easier to use, faster, and cheaper. That's what that ends up saying. It does say Solana was unaffected by, or Sol, the coin, was unaffected by Solana's recent network outage. Solana is not immune to outages, and the network faced a 5-hour downtime on February 6th, prompting validators to coordinate a software update and restart from a specific spot. Exchanges also halted deposits and withdrawals of SOL and Solana SPL tokens, impacting users' ability to interact with decentralized applications. It has experienced 12 similar outages in the past 2 years. Okay, that's news to me. I didn't know there were so many. On the positive side, by closely coordinating software development, Solana can improve and implement upgrades at a much higher pace than Ethereum virtual machine compatible networks. While Solana developers take a few hours to develop, test, implement a new validating software solution, a similar effort can take years on the Ethereum mainnet. The difference explains why SOL token was not impacted by the recent downtime. Yeah, it went down, I think, about 2% and was right back up, if I remember correctly. I did a show on it, go back a week or two. How long will the bull market benefit SOL price? Crypto in its current state is still extremely speculative. People are not using these cryptocurrencies for the real reason, except for maybe like trading tokens, exchange tokens, those kinds of things. That's when you might see a crypto actually being used. So everything being so heavily speculative tells me that Solana will probably just continue to go up, right? Whether it's being used or not, whether the meme coin market's being used or NFTs or anything like that. I think Solana could just continue to go up and up and up and up. And I don't think it really matters. It would have to experience a major issue that they cannot fix in order for the price of Solana not to go up. So I'm not concerned about the price of Solana. It does say here in their article, in their opinion, although the data does not indicate a sharp SOL price correction at risk, it raises questions about whether the path above 120 and subsequent 52.5 billion valuation are sustainable in the medium to long term. Solana bulls rely on the network's capacity, as evidenced by the 91.4 million transactions processed in the last week alone, which could be the decisive factor if DApp's activity picks up, regardless of whether driven by airdrops or not. This is kind of a lightweight article, but what we can do is take a look at the charts. We're looking at a trade that I did on the 2nd of February. It looks like I had my entry more like on the 5th of February, so let's just say February 5th, and it's just done nothing but go up since there. So that's a trade that I did, I think on the live show, might have even been on the Rogue show, and that's a 4-to-1, and it's beautiful. Right now, it's past 2-to-1. It's probably about 2-to-1 right now, meaning that if I put in $1,000, I just made 2, right? So that's just showing off a little bit. That was there when I opened this up before the show to take an analysis of what's going on. Now, let me back up and I'm going to just do some basic stuff here. I'm going to do a fib extension. And if you want to know more about how to do this, come to algofactory.tech. And we will show you how we do these things. It's very basic. It seems complex. It is not complex. Okay, this is very simple lesson. So this fib extension gives me a couple of targets. I'm taking this impulse right here, and I'm finding Fibonacci extension targets. This Fibonacci numbers just occur in nature, and they happen to make sense in trading. People trade around those numbers for whatever reason. The next targets I'm looking at are 141 and 162. And I've done this on some pretty major shows. So even though I tend to keep this kind of stuff more for the private group, we're going to give this one away right now. So those are my targets. I got no problem looking at those, right? And to look at the overall trajectory of Solana, I mean, I'm definitely, at least in the near term, more bullish on Solana than Ethereum. Now, if Ethereum does come out with, let's just say Dencun really makes a difference in Ethereum's scalability, right? It's now able to really do something huge. Well, then maybe we're looking at something different. But if I just simply overlay Ethereum on top of this, we're going to see a different trajectory, okay? So let's do the same percent scale. And you could definitely see the difference here in, Solana versus Ethereum on the same percent scale. Now, the recent trajectory is picking up very strongly, but in the end, over time, Solana really has outperformed Ethereum in a big way. Let's just say from Wednesday in September of 2023, let's take Ethereum off the chart. Price went up from $17 to $127. So that's going to be maybe a times 5, times 4, times 5. Well, in that same period from September in mid-September, Ethereum, it's gone from 1,500 to about 20. So it's not even doubled. So we're definitely seeing a different pace. However, what we do want to do is take a look at Ethereum right now, right? And it is moving rather strongly since, what is this? 26th of January, it was at 2,100, and it is now at 2,700. So that is a better than a 25% gain in just, maybe a few weeks. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty strong. But Solana itself in that same few weeks has gone from 90 to 115, right? So from 90 to 115, so that's 25, that's about the same. So the gains in Ethereum and the gains in Solana over the past several weeks, like say 4 weeks, have been about the same. So now they're on pace. So the question is going to be is when Ethereum sees its upgrades, is it going to start catching Solana? Is the pace going to catch up? And would Ethereum even pass up Solana, and that just remains to be seen. It's going to have a lot to do with whether the upgrades to Ethereum make it easier to use, faster, cheaper. I know Ethereum does have such a huge network effect. A lot of the meme coin players that are still on there, NFTs. I mean, it's a massive, massive token. It's been around for so long. It has what's called the network effect. It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's, I mean, arguably, it's not the best protocol out there. It's very secure. It's also not that fast. It's not that cheap, but everybody uses it. It is the standard, and Ethereum also kind of fits that. So it might be that Solana just isn't able to catch up in that regard. Time will tell. We're going to find out. In the meantime, come over to algofactory.tech. That's www.algofactory.tech, and trade your job, upgrade your life. See you on the next one. All right, hope you enjoyed the show. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. On the screen there, you can see our website, algofactory.tech. Step that QR code to take you straight there. I'm also very active on X. That's algo_factory777. We got TikTok and Rumble. In the meantime, we hope to see you over at the website. Come on over, trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you there.